Well, hello everyone, and welcome. So, in this video, I decided I was going to go ahead and continue on with my EmberTalks series. And the first part was the consoles that I've owned throughout the years. I recorded that forever ago. So, in this video, I decided that I was going to go ahead and talk a little bit about my health, what I've been doing, and what I plan on doing with the channel moving forward. So, if you're not interested in any of that, you can go ahead and leave. I don't mind. I won't be offended. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. So, I would like to talk about what I've been doing recently. And you're probably wondering, well, Ember, what have you been doing? Well, this kind of tangles with what I've been doing and my health and everything. So that is all pretty much going to be lopped into one thing. So when I returned in 2024, at the beginning, I think it was like March. It was the last 2 weeks of March. I came back to California after visiting family, and I had to go ahead and deal with my bank because they did some stupid shit. I'm gonna go ahead and just basically tell you guys the stuff that happened, and then I'll go ahead and elaborate on stuff that I plan on that I actually want to talk about. So, like I said, came back, dealt with my bank, started going to the gym, started going to the doctor more often, started going to therapy. So I had a lot of shit going on, and I had to also deal with getting back my identity. So that was fun. Yeah, who would steal Ember's true identity? That's the real question. But yeah, anyway, someone decided to go ahead and do that. So that was fun. A lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork with that. A lot of paperwork with the IRS because my taxes for 2023 weren't filed properly by a certain tax company that was supposed to file them. And they fucked it up. And I don't have enough money to go ahead and sue them right now, but I'll remember. Anyway, so you're probably wondering, well, Ember, what else? Is there more? Yeah, actually, I was going to job interviews after 2 weeks of me being back in California. I started going to job interviews, and it sucked. Ember, why did it suck? I'm so glad you asked. Oh God. So you guys know how every once in a while you'll see videos about how people are doing a lot worse and how nobody wants to work and or nobody's being hired. Mm-hmm. That was happening to me. Remember, how many job interviews did you go to? 46. Mm-hmm. 46 places in California I went to and applied to. I actually applied to 50 places, but four of those, four of those were online and purely online. Um, but yeah, 46 job interviews, and that spanned the entire year. That was not just like in 1 or 2 months. No, it was over the span of 2024. I'd gone to 46 job interviews, and I went back to the same place usually a few months later to go ahead and reapply and get another interview. You know, and a lot of guys are like, "Well, Ember, what was the problem?" Man, I wish I fucking knew. Because I thought for a while it was me not having a GED or a diploma that was the problem. You're like, Ember, why do you not have one? I dropped out of high school. If you guys want to know about it, I'll go ahead and make a video about it. But no. Turns out that was not a fucking problem. Because a bunch of the people who actually interviewed me did not have a diploma or a GED either. Ain't that just kooky? So yeah. We got 46 job interviews, and I'm still unemployed in 2025. And yeah, it's just kind of shit. And you're like, well, Ember, why don't you just leave California? I would if I could actually sit here and afford every single, bit. I would love it. I would love to go ahead and move. I don't want to have to go ahead and force someone else to pay for me to move. So I'm basically putting aside money to where I can actually go ahead and afford to get a rent, get a U-Haul and everything and leave. But I don't want to leave without like at least probably $30,000. And you guys are like, well, Ember, that's a lot of fucking money. Or Ember, that's not a lot of money. Whichever side of the curve you decide to fall on that. You're like, well, Ember's not going to be easy to get that much. No, it's not. But lately I've been looking at a lot of stuff online. You guys are like, well, Ember, don't get fooled. I said I'd like to have at least 30,000, but honestly, I think at most I'm probably going to end up having 10,000 at most. And you guys are like, well, Ember, that's still pretty rich, dude. I know a lot of people are as broke as I am, and you guys are like, well, Ember, having 10,000 isn't broke. I didn't say I had 10,000 right now, do I? Or did I? No, I don't have 10,000 right now. What I do have is I have money coming in from real estate stuff, so you guys don't need to worry about me financially. But I kind of gave up on looking for a job after I think it was my probably like my 70th interview in all. It was probably about my 70th interview, the same place I've been applying to for a few months, and it was a supermarket. And I even asked them. I think it was the second time I went in there. It's like, hey, is me not having a GED or at least the equivalent a huge problem for you guys? And they're like, no, it's not. It's not. It's really not. And I was like, oh, okay. So I stopped going ahead and applying for places, and I do have a couple more job interviews to actually go to. I actually have one after this video, but by the time this video comes out, I'll probably have already gone to the fucking place. But anyway, I do have a couple more that I'm going to go to, and I don't really have much hope, but I'm going to act like I fucking have all the hope in the world. And, fake it till you make it type of situation. And, yeah. So, I have I basically wasted a whole year just sitting around doing paperwork, making videos, going to the gym, and um, dealing with the fact that I don't have insurance right now. You guys are like, well, Ember, why do you not have insurance right now? Well, there's this funny thing called a fire happening not too long ago, and no, I don't live near it, but a lot of insurance companies lately, at least health insurance places that I've applied to, have been a little bit skittish when it comes to fucking here to going ahead and calling me back or at least sending me a fucking email or anything. So no, I don't have. Uh, Even though I filed before the deadline in December, like I filed like a month or two before the deadline, and so yeah, I don't have insurance right now. I don't really give a fuck because I'm taking care of myself, so it doesn't really matter. But let's see. Um, you're probably wondering, remember what were we talking about with health? Okay, so I was going to the doctor a lot because I needed to know why the fuck I was always so physically exhausted. And keep in mind, yeah, I was going to the gym a lot, but it turned out that the reason why I had been so fucking low energy and why I actually needed to rely on caffeine in order to even stay awake at all was the fact that I had such a gnarly case of fucking vitamin D deficiency. It was bad, dude. It completely threw my immune system into a fucking whack. I love that people starting their fucking car right outside my fucking apartment. It doesn't matter what time of day I record, dude. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I needed caffeine to stay awake and function, and it got really bad. And I'll go ahead and make a video talking more about that, but basically, I had to go ahead and talk to a nutritionalist, a dietitian, and I guess you can kind of call them like a general means doctor or whatever you want to call them. Basically, it's the doctor you go to get the number of other doctors and so on and so forth. That kind of doctor. I don't remember what they're called. But I actually did have to go ahead and get blood tests done and stuff like that to find out that I had such a very low fucking vitamin D and everything. It was not fun, and I've been doing a lot better, so I'm not exactly as tired, but I still am pretty fucking tired all the time. But that's because at the time I was going ahead and going to the gym a lot more, which my doctor was like, "Yeah, no, you need to take it a lot easier with what your workouts and everything." And yeah, so that was a very long conversation to have, and it's a very long conversation that I don't really want to go ahead and put in this video, but I kind of have to answer that question. But for the past few years, I hadn't really been able to stay awake a whole lot. And anyone who actually knows me knows that I sleep a lot and that I get tired extremely quick. And it's not because I'm out of shape or because I was out of shape. That was definitely part of it, but it wasn't the. It was a small slice of the bigger reason. If you were to think of it as like a really big pie, me being out of shape was actually only a very small portion of the reason. So that's the best way I can really go ahead and describe it. But yeah, it just sucked. And it's also I was smoking cigarettes and everything. I wasn't really taking care of myself. Wasn't really focusing on. I was just eating a lot of junk food and everything. So I wasn't taking care of myself, and that's a huge problem, right? And so by the time I came back in 2024 to go ahead and live in California again and hopefully get some decent work out here, which I have yet to find. Um, I just I had to go to the doctor, and I had questions that I needed answers to, and yeah, found out that the deficiency was the cause for a lot of things. One of the reasons I was getting sick, why I couldn't digest food properly, of course, with junk food, and having lived off of junk food for so long, that was kind of part of it as well. But yeah, so wasn't fun. Um, and so, for those guys who are wondering now, well, Ember, how are you still go to the gym and everything? Yeah, no, I still do go to the gym. I actually look a lot better than I did a couple of years ago. Thank God, I've been able to shed off fucking pounds, dude. I was due at first. I was losing a lot more weight than I wanted to be losing, so I had to kind of fatten up for a little bit. But and you guys are like, well, why is that dangerous? It's like, I don't know, dude. I don't remember the reason my doctor gave me, but anyway, I did start taking it a lot easier, and I don't go like I go to the gym now 3 times a week because that's my maximum pretty much, without fucking being fatigued to an extreme amount or anything. Um, you guys are like, well, how are you still on your caffeine addiction and everything? It's like it's not necessarily an addiction. It's at the point where it's necessary to still function, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be. Let me put it that. That's the best way I can really put it. And I still do drink energy drinks, but nowhere near as much as I used to. I still drink soda every once in a while. I don't really bother anymore. And you guys are like, well, do you have like diabetes or anything? And I'm surprised to say this, but no, I don't have diabetes. I got tested for it while I still had insurance, and no, I don't have type 1 or type 2. I don't have any STDs, thank God. And you're like, well, Amber, how much pussy were you really getting? That's don't worry about that, okay? It's when you're a depressed man, sometimes you venture into some caves that are better left unexplored. No, I'm kidding. But no, there was a few, so I actually want to go ahead and get checked anyway. But that's not the bigger part of this. What I am going to go ahead and tell you guys though is that I really neglected going outside for the longest time, and I never should have. So if you guys are like fucking recluses and you're like, oh, I don't like going outside, I don't like talking to people, just go stand outside for like, oh, I don't know, like fucking 30 minutes a day at least, dude. You gotta do something, man. You can't be I can't let you guys be as bad as I was, dude. It was bad. But anyway, I'm doing a lot better. I'm eating a lot better. I actually cook now. Yeah, I know. Ember used to just microwave shit. I was a master at microwaving shit, though. To be fair, I was. Anyone who says otherwise is a fucking liar. But anyway, I actually started making myself some really good food. Actually, I found out that I make some bomb ass fucking casseroles. hmm Don't worry, guys. It's not gay to cook for yourself. It's not gay to cook for other people. It's not gay. I know. I'm joking about the actual stigma, but anyway, like, because the stigma isn't really even there anymore. It's like if you make a bomb ass fucking like, if you make some bomb ass barbecue or something, dude, ain't no way you shouldn't share that with fucking your homies or whatever. But anyway, yeah. So I don't really have much of a social life out here, and I don't really care about having one. I do miss some of my online friends who were absolute homies, and I actually miss them a lot. And I'm working on a way to go ahead and get some of those people a way to go ahead and be able to talk to me or anybody else they want to talk to. So I'm putting some money aside for them, and I've put money aside for myself, stuff like that. And yeah, so with that, I would like to go ahead and talk about the content on my channel. This one might be a little bit of a longer segment, but anyway, this ties in with what I was saying earlier. So we're still talking 2024 here, and it was September of 2024 when I went ahead and I ended up finishing my my Kimono Girlfriend and Death Game, my second playthrough. I had finished those, and you're like, Ember, those videos are still coming out. What do you mean you fucking finished them, you fucking asshole? I finished them a long time ago, and I just recently started scheduling them to come out. And it's because I wanted to give myself more time to kind of make videos, or at least work on stuff. Now that it's 2025, I'm using the excuse that I'm using those videos that are still coming out as a way to kind of work on or practice editing videos that I'm currently editing. and because I'm having a lot of problems with audio syncing. Like that's been my biggest problem. Because let me put it this way, and I know I'm getting a little off topic, but when I record with my HD capture card, sometimes it's 3 seconds off, sometimes it's 2 seconds off, sometimes it's perfectly fucking synced, sometimes it's fucking not. It is the most infuriating shit. So I have to basically give myself audio cues in each fucking video so that I can remember that I can go ahead and put in the fucking video. It is the most annoying and tedious shit. You're like, well, Ember, just get a better capture card. I don't have money for that right now. I will eventually, but not right now. I have to work with what I got, and I got this fucking capture card like years ago. I fucking recorded Oblivion with this fucking thing. But anyway, that was a long time ago. But anyway, my point is that the shit is just fucking tedious. So I'm basically learning how my capture card decides to behave, and with that, I go ahead and I just do my best. So sometimes my audio is like only like a millisecond off. Sometimes it's only a little bit off. Sometimes it's only a lot off. So yeah, it's just annoying. So I have to go ahead and create like small video trims of like the beginning of the video or the end of the video, where I can just go ahead and put them at either the end or the beginning. It's just annoying. But anyway, like, Wimber, what does this have to do with you in September 2024? All right, let's get back to that. So September 2024, I decided I was not going to making any videos for the rest of the year of 2024, and I didn't, except for like one video, and we'll get to that. You're probably wondering, well, Ember, why did you stop making videos? Well, because after I went ahead and I recorded, after I finished recording the series that I was recording at the time, I just I just didn't really want to record anymore. I didn't really want to make videos anymore. Like nobody was really watching a lot of my videos. Although now I'm getting like a shitload of views, so I guess that whole algorithm thing must have fixed itself, or someone must have fucking fixed the goddamn algorithm. Which, if they did, oh my god, you're awesome. But at the time, I wasn't getting a whole lot of views, and I can't really blame anyone but myself and the algorithm. Mostly myself, though. I'm not going to blame the algorithm for everything. I'm not a little bitch. But what I am going to talk about is the fact that fucking it was just I don't know. I just kind of lost that spark that I needed to kind of keep recording videos. I don't really know necessarily why or anything. It just wasn't there, you know. And so I was like, well, it's probably because I got so much going on, right? I had a lot going on, still do, not as much as I did. Like I said, I was dealing with IRS, going to court, fucking recovering my stuff from police evidence, lockup, and everything. I had a lot of stuff going on, dude. Like a lot of things. I was moving. Like I had so much going on that I didn't even fucking talk about. That I probably should have been like, "Hey guys, this is the reason why I'm not making any videos." It's just like, no, I didn't bother. I was just like, no, not a whole lot of people are really watching my videos, and then plus I just keep people updated in the fucking Discord server. So I mean, yeah, I just didn't really see the whole. I didn't really see it necessary to go ahead and make videos being like, "Oh guys, my life kind of sucks," yada yada yada, whatever. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's something just kind of I guess like something just kind of changed where I just didn't want to make videos at the time. And like I said, I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and the worst part was I was kind of dealing with it mostly alone, and not having a job was really stressing me out because I was because I'd closed my eBay vending thing because I was selling a lot of my collectibles on eBay, so that way I can go ahead and put money aside for bills, living, stuff like that. And I had to start managing my money a lot smarter, and managing your money a lot smarter. Well, yeah, because I I hate money, dude. I just fucking hate money. I hate that it's necessary. I hate that it exists. I understand why it exists. I understand why the world runs on that shit, basically. But I still fucking hate it. And as such, I don't give money a whole lot of thought. So like, if someone's like, "Hey, man, can I have $1?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure. Here, take the fucking dollar. I don't want it." I just don't like money. Like, and you're like, "Well, Ember, don't you like having a lot of it?" No, not really, because then it becomes something I have to stress about, or I have to stress about making more of it. And this ties into one of the other things that I kind of talked to myself about, that I kind of had to talk to myself about. And you're like, well, Ember, what is that? We'll get to that. I just realized that I don't like money, and I don't like having to make money off of YouTube or anything else. I'd rather just make my own money and fund my own channel off of my own merits, as if it's entertaining or not. And you're like, well, Ember, if you're not planning on making money off YouTube. We'll get to that here in a sec. But the long and short of it is that I just don't like money very much. And so I pretty much spent it however the fuck I felt like. I didn't make very smart investments. I fucked up, lost a couple thousand here and there. And you're like, Ember, what do you mean you lost a couple thousand? How are you not stressing about that? Like I said, I don't like money. I don't care about it. If I was rich, dude, I'd be poor in like a fucking month because I just give my money to a bunch of people who actually need it. And you're like, Ember, that's not very American of you. It's like, well, I'd just rather it go to people who it can actually help. That's my whole thing. You're like, well, why don't you just do charities and stuff? And it's like, honestly, so much of those are just money laundering schemes. What's the point? Anyway, so now let's go ahead and get back to what I was talking about. So during the time when I was going ahead and not making videos, I was still going to job interviews. I decided I was going to go ahead and try dating for a little bit, and that was a disaster. And if you guys want me to elaborate on that more, I started going on dates around the time when there was a. You guys remember the whole Trump and Harris thing? You know, the whole Kamala Harris and Trump. You guys remember that? Yeah, that's when I was going on dates, and I didn't even realize that was going on, even though it was all over YouTube, and I was just kind of ignoring it. But yeah, I was going on dates during that time, and that was like the worst fucking time to do it. So I just kind of was like, yeah, no, I guess we're not going to be doing that anymore. So, yeah, I went on, I think it was about 16 dates. Some of them were single moms, and you're like, one, but why the fuck would you go on a date with a single mom, dude? I don't know. It's not like I was fucking taking their kids on the date, too. So that's not what the fuck it was. It was just fucking me going on a date, and I just wanted to kind of get out of the house. And you're like, well, but did you just not want to be lonely? Maybe if you think about it deeper, maybe that's part of it. I don't really know. I don't really care, honestly. It's just, I don't know. I think it was just more of I just need to get out of the house for a little bit, or the apartment, whatever you want to call it. Because if you go on like male living spaces on Reddit or something, and you'll see like a dude, like a fucking mattress and like a TV and stuff, that's pretty much what I was living in. So I wasn't going on dates to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna get fucking laid. It's more of I'm just going on dates because I don't have anything else to do, and because this is normally time I'd spend, working on videos and stuff, and I just just wasn't making any videos. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's try dating again. It's been about a year and some change. Let's go ahead and try again, and I chose the worst time to do that. So, not saying that there weren't a couple of decent dates that I went on. I just wasn't feeling it with a lot of them. Um, like I said, I wasn't going on dates just be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get laid after this. That wasn't even like a ballpark like want or need or anything. It just was more like I just want to get out of the house, and I don't know. I feel like doing something nice for somebody, I guess. So I'm just taking them out, taking them to dinner or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much just what it was. And um, yeah, there were not a lot of those women that I went on dates with were not worth even taking out, to be honest. They just a lot of them were just really nasty people, and I was pretty depressed about that actually. I was like, damn. Like I know all women aren't trash and everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of the women that I went on a date with were not the best, and they were really nasty people. So, and in case you guys are like, well, that's just how women are nowadays. I don't want you to ever think that because not all women are like that, dude. They just aren't. I'm sure, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of them that are just fucking shit. There's a lot of them who are actually decent, but they're just. It feels like sometimes you're just not gonna find it, and I get that, dude. I genuinely do. But that's how I felt for a little bit. I was like, damn, I'm not gonna find anybody on these dating apps because they all just want to fuck or just have a bunch of money spent on them, and I'm just not down to do either of those things. I don't want to be anyone's stepdad or anything. I just went on dates because, like I said, I just wanted to get out of the house, dude. I was bored. And between going on dates and writing and stuff, and you're like, well, Ember, what do you mean you're writing? We'll get to that. But anyway, the dates were a lot of them were just shit, and I already covered that. But what I didn't cover is the fact that fucking I already said that yeah, a lot of them were rude, but rude is a very kind term. I'm gonna go ahead and say a lot of them were just fucking absolute cunts. And I don't say cunt a lot, but a lot of them were. I will be serious about that. There were some serious garbage fucking women that I went on dates with. And you're like, well, Ember, why'd you buy them dinner? Because a few of them actually got up and left the fucking table, so I got footed with the bill. So, and I wasn't gonna go ahead and just fucking screw out a waiter or a waitress because fucking they left the fucking, they just walked out on it. I wasn't gonna do that to them. Those people live off those fucking tips, dude. But no, I was just. Okay, so a few of the dates that I went on, they didn't even eat their fucking food, dude. That was another thing. It's just they just got like the second most expensive fucking thing there. And you're probably thinking, well, Ember, why do you mean by the second expensive thing? Oh no, their asses would have got the most expensive fucking thing on those dates. I'm not even kidding. And they're like, well, I'm thinking about the fucking the wagyu beef, and I'm like, if you're thinking about that, you can fucking pay for it. I'm not paying that much for you. You're like, well, Ember, that's a horrible thing to do. No, it's fucking not. Do you have any idea how expensive that shitty beef is? Ember, what do you mean wagyu beef is shitty? Let's not bullshit ourselves here, okay? It's not worth the fucking money. It's not worth all the fucking hype. It's just not. It's okay. It's good beef, but it's not fucking God's gift to the beef world, okay? It's not worth that much money. At most, I'd say it's probably, you get a regular fucking steak, right? You don't get your grass fed. You get whatever the fuck fed, fucking steak, right? Or beef. It's whatever. It's okay. It's good, right? You go ahead and you get your grass fed, and you're like, this is actually a little bit better. All right, so yeah, I can justify maybe paying about $20 for grass fed every once in a while. It's not bad. It's not any worse. It's just a little bit less oilier. You get fucking wagyu. It's like, oh god, why is this shit so fucking? Why is this? There's so much fucking fat on this, and it's just, I'm just not a wagyu guy, dude. I like my meat. I like my meat, man. That's really the best way to fucking put it. But they wanted, the most expensive fucking thing on the menu, of course, and I was just like, look, if you're gonna get the most expensive thing, you're paying your half of the bill. I won't pay for your fucking side of the bill. I'm just not going to. I was like, I don't give a fuck if you get the second most expensive thing or what. But if you're gonna fucking be sitting here and be like, oh yeah, you're gonna be paying $200, it's like I better be getting a fucking blowjob after this. And the thing is, I didn't want one after after half the people I went on a date with. Not like I wanted one when I walked in, but still, you get what I'm saying. It's like you better be providing some other services if I'm paying that fucking much. And that's the other thing is I don't want, I just didn't want that. But I was like, oh, hey, this looks a lot better than the fucking wagyu beef. There were sometimes where I was like, I politely suggested I was like, no. But there were a few dates where they were being fucking nasty as fuck to me, so I was being nasty as fuck back. And I was like, look, if you get that, you can pay for it. And of course, they didn't want to pay for anything, so what did they do? Second best option, which still sucked. But anyway, the dates where they didn't really eat their food, I just went ahead and was like, "Hey, can I just get this boxed up?" Because I'm like, I'm just gonna take it home. I'm just gonna eat it. And you're like, "Well, Ember, did you go ahead and pick them up? On your car and everything?" I'm like, "No, dude, I don't have a car. I walked to those things. I walked every date, dude. I'd arrive an hour early. I arrived an hour early for anything because I took the bus." But you're like, Ember, dude, what's the point of going on a date then if you're not gonna like go pick them up and everything? It's like, dude, there's so many people. They just get an Uber or they just take the bus at this point, or they drive there in their own car. And usually I would just wait until they fucking left, and like because I'd see them pull up and everything, and I would already be at the table, so you know. Oh yeah, and a lot of them did not look anything like their picture either. So there was a few of those. Um, I'm not sitting here saying that yeah, going on dates with women in 2025 or 2024 was just 100% not worth it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you got to kind of consider the political landscape before you go and do that. And yeah, I didn't. Most of them wanted to talk about politics, and if I didn't necessarily 100% agree with them, be a little yes man, then they would get fucking pissed off, or they would just be like, "Oh, so you support fucking all this other shit?" And it's like, or do you support women's rights being stifled and all this other shit? And I'm just like, what the fuck? No. And the other thing about some of them is that they were. I don't have a big problem with feminists, but I have a big problem with social media feminists. Let's put it that way. Um, you know the type, and a lot of them were already arguing about, they're like, oh, we don't have these rights. It's like, you've had these rights for years. What are you fighting about? Anyway, enough about that. You were like, okay, well, Ember, you brought up writing earlier. I did. It's because I was writing a lot more because I had written a book series that I started that I didn't really like, so I went ahead and rewrote it 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 and rewrote it. You're like, well, Ember, how long have you been rewriting this? Since 2015. I bullshit you not. I've been rewriting this fucking book, redoing its lore since 2015. Ember, why you been doing it, redoing it, and over? One reason, because every time I come up with a cool idea, I look it up to make sure nobody else has taken it or used it, and somebody fucking used it recently. So I've had to rewrite multiple times because I don't want to copy anybody else. It's like, well, it's impossible to write any stories if you're not copying off someone. It's like, no, it's fucking not. Okay, it's not impossible. It's difficult, sure, but it's nowhere near impossible. Anyway, so yeah, I've been rewriting the same book for a few years, changing different elements, changing names, stuff like that. And it's just been kind of just a project that I've just been doing from here and there. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is the fact that I just stopped going ahead and making videos. And like I said, I had my reasons. And it was most often that I was just like, well, I have all this time now that I'm not making videos. So like I said, went on dates, started writing more, went to the gym a little bit more, but stopped because it was getting to be a little bit too much to go ahead and be there. And you're like, well, Ember, how long are you in the gym for? 4 to 6 hours. I'm not kidding. I am in there for 4 to 6 hours because I'm getting my fucking money's worth. God damn it. But yeah. Anyway, so in that time, I decided that I was going to go ahead and look at my channel analytics. See, look at all that other stuff, see how my channel was doing. While I wasn't uploading anything. Sorry, I have mute. I'm still a little bit sick from fucking COVID. Ember, you had COVID? Yeah, I did. Thank God it wasn't as bad as it was fucking last time. Last time I just fucking sucked. God, did it fucking suck. Ugh. Dude, last time it was like fucking I was choking on my own fucking mucus 90% of the time. Because it would be in liquid form, and like if I laid my head back, because it felt like my tear ducts were constantly draining to my nose. Which, in case you didn't know, that's how that works. But anyway, so anytime I lean my head back, it would go down my throat, and I would just be hacking that shit up all fucking day. That shit sucked. It actually prevented me from sleeping for like 2 days. I was so productive for those 2 days. Anyway, so aside from that, I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about how my channel was doing. So during that time when I wasn't uploading anything and I was going on dates and all this other shit, I was, looking at my channel and I was looking at videos on how to, kind of how to rework the algorithm, and found that most of those methods were pretty much just the same video rehashed over and over and over. And then I realized that there was something that I really hated, because it was the same thing that I dealt with on the dates, looking at YouTube videos, looking at anime review channels. I realized that I hated something. You're like, Ember, what is it that all of this had in common? Oh, you'll never guess, because it's something that is so common and you're probably already a part of that you don't realize it. Well, Ember, what is it? Recycled opinions. You probably don't know what the fuck that means. All right, recycled opinion. Or if you actually do have a brain, and I'm not saying, my viewers are stupid or anything. I'm just saying a lot of people, they're like, they don't know what the fuck I mean whenever I say I don't like recycled opinions. You're like, well, Ember, are you talking to a lot of people that say this shit? Not really, no. But anyway, I'm going to go and tell you guys what it is. So let's say you go ahead and you go on TikTok or YouTube. Let's say someone tells you not to like a Pokemon game, right? And you're like, well, I can kind of agree with some of the things they say. And then, the more you watch that video, the more your opinion takes the same opinion in as the person who's making the video. And so you start to hate this game, even though it's a really good Pokemon game, right? This is just an example, keep in mind. And so a lot of other people who go ahead and watch the same video, who had the same opinion as you, without knowing it, they went ahead and kind of molded their opinion and personality and way of thinking to the person who's going ahead and making the video. So that's how influencing works. And I realized that I hate fucking people like that. And you're like, well, Ember, that's not a good thing. No, it's a great thing because most people who will go ahead and they'll have an opinion on something, they won't really do a whole lot of research on it. And their research will basically be, oh yeah, we went ahead and we looked at, we watched some videos. We didn't actually look at the sources or anything. And that's the other thing is that people aren't looking at their sources, right? And that's a huge fucking problem because if you aren't looking at sources, what's the point? You don't have an opinion at that point. You just don't. Or at least you don't have a valid opinion. That's the way I should. That's really what I should be saying. Because a lot of people are going to be like, "Bro, you're just talking out your ass." But just hear me out. So when I went on the dates, I noticed that all of them had the same political view, the same political stance on everything. So basically, I was going on a date with the same person who I didn't actually know, because they all had the same opinion, and yet the easiest way to say it is basically I was going on the date with the same person, like I said, but that person wore different faces and spoke with different voices. And then I realized that whenever I'd watch an anime YouTuber or something, they would have the same opinion that a bunch of the other anime review channels would have. And then they would be like, this is my opinion, even though it's the same opinion of the other four people they're competing with in this YouTube niche. You get what I'm saying? So basically, they'd all be saying the same fucking shit. Whether it's wrong or right, they would all have the same opinion, and I hate that. And so I kind of just call it recycled opinion. I don't think I'm a revolutionary or anything for thinking this, but I just realized that it's something I genuinely hate. And it's like, oh, well, I saw this video that was going ahead and stating it. It's like, okay, cool. I don't want to hear more about it. I don't care. And it's like, okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about all the children that are being killed and so, right? Okay. Why are they being killed? Well, is it a religious thing? Is it a fucking, he's like, what are the reasons? And a lot of people won't be able to tell you all these reasons and everything, but they'll go ahead and be like, oh, well, these reasons are the real reasons, even though those reasons are actually just more misinformation. And I realize that a lot of people who go ahead and keep forming their own opinions, such as the women I went on dates with, I keep using this as an example because it's a valid example. And this is from my own personal experience. And I know that's something that a lot of people say, but in this case, I don't know. You can think it's true if you want. You can think it's false if you want. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys how to think like a bunch of other people will. But I personally do not like people who have the same political stance on everything. Because none of them are having a single original thought. And that is just the most boring fucking conversation you can ever have with anybody. It's like, oh, we all have the same opinion on abortion. Cool. Everyone can have, an opinion on abortion. All right. Remember, what does abortion have to do with anything you're talking about? Well, let's say, you go ahead and you talk to a woman. It's like, oh, it's my body, my choice. Unless they're very religious, then they don't think that way. It's, there's pro-life and pro-choice. I am personally pro-choice, although I think that it should be regulated to a degree. And people, whenever I say that, people are like, oh, no, your opinion doesn't matter. You have to be completely, women, should have a choice. Women should have a say. And I'm like, well, all I'm saying is it takes two to tango, dude. It's not like you're out here fucking stealing dude's sperm from the condom. I mean, most people who have a fucking brain take the condom with them. And if you don't, you should. Never trust a woman with your seed, because that'll be a child support check you were not expecting. Ember, are you speaking from personal experience? No, just you got to be cautious. I don't trust very many people. But anyway, my point is that they all have the same opinion because and I actually asked them. I'm like, so how much time do you think you spend on TikTok and everything? Keep in mind, I've never installed TikTok in my life. I don't watch TikTok videos. The only time I probably watch any TikTok videos is when they pop up on YouTube. And YouTube's been pretty involuntary with the fucking. Yeah, you have to watch a reel every time you open it up on your phone because fuck you, bitch. It's the most annoying shit. So I've actually just gone to watching YouTube videos on my laptop now. Yeah, you're probably wondering, well, Ember, what does this have to do with anything? It's just the fact that I just hate recycled opinions. And so I don't really go ahead and watch any channels about reviews anymore. Because I actually did try recording a review channel. I tried starting a review channel where I recorded a video for it. And before I went ahead and uploaded that video, I went and watched a bunch of reviews on the same anime that I was watching to make sure that I didn't say anything that anyone else did. There were a couple of times where we agreed on the same things, but my video was very fucking different than what a lot of other people were doing. They didn't bring up a lot of the points that I enjoyed. It seemed like they missed a lot of the actual story of the anime that I was watching. And they went way off base with the symbolism, or what the symbolism could have been and everything. And of course they went ahead and were like, hey, it deviated from this point in the manga. And it's like, honestly, if you're just going to keep comparing anime to the fucking manga, just fuck off, dude. And that's what every, or damn near every fucking video I watched on this anime, I'm not going to tell you guys what it was, but every single one, or at least damn near every single one, brought up either the light novel or the anime. They did not judge the anime based on the anime itself. Doesn't matter what it didn't include from the manga or light novel. It does not matter. And that's how I went ahead and reviewed. My video was based solely on the anime show itself. Was it actually good? Was it worth the what time to watch? What did I enjoy about it? What did I not like about it? Stuff like that, right? This is pretty basic for a review, right? But everyone else just want to go ahead and keep talking about, oh, how they really wanted this to be in it from the manga, or this and this. And I get it. That's basically just the equivalent of fucking filler. And I hated that. It's just like, why don't you just tell me what you actually thought of the anime instead of comparing it to its source material? And you're like, well, Ember, everyone should compare stuff to their source material. I agree to a point. If you're going ahead and reviewing, you should review the entire series, right? Let's say you go ahead and you're watching One Piece, right? And you're watching it in its entirety. And you want to go ahead and talk about the story, just talk about the story. You want to go ahead and talk about the manga or the light novel, that's part of the story, right? Go ahead and make separate videos for those. And then you can go ahead and make a really big video on the same subject, and probably make even more when you go ahead and talk about your thoughts on your own videos, talking about all this other shit, right? I don't know, just an idea. I might be fucking retarded for thinking of that. But anyway, that's my point. And so I went ahead and did a review on this video, or on this anime, and went ahead, uploaded the video, and it didn't get any views. And that's not a problem for me. I don't really get a whole lot of views on my main channel as it is. I don't really care. But my point is that so many of them just have the same opinion. I can't really help but wonder if, are they all just watching each other's videos and basically kind of giving their 2 cents, but rewriting it to the point where where they're trying to make it seem like it's their original thought, even though it's nowhere near. I mean, it's something that just irritated me. And you're like, well, Ember, people, there's only so much you can do that hasn't been done already. It's like, yeah, I know, but still, I don't know. I might be way off base or something, but anyway. So I went ahead, did that, and no, the video isn't public anymore. I made it private. I pretty much just kind of gave up on that because I just didn't really want to go ahead and put that amount of work into another anime review channel. Because I realized that even if I did want to make money off of it, that there's no point in doing it, because it would just get taken down at some point for either showing parts of the fucking anime, or I didn't like. And here's the thing: is like when I used clips from that anime that I was going ahead and reviewing, there was no volume, and I actually reversed it. And you're like, well, what do you mean you reversed it? Basically, I just flipped it. So if, like, say a character was coming from the right, they would actually be coming from the left. So basically, I just flipped it. That's all I did. And I did that so that way they couldn't really go ahead and take it down, technically. So also, I kind of messed with the color saturation just a smidge. So, but anyway, aside from that, you're probably wondering, well, Ember, what else do you have to talk about? Well, not a whole lot, except for the kind of content that I'm going to be producing moving forward on the channel, and that's actually what we're going to be spending the next probably about 20 minutes talking about. And yeah, okay. So a lot of you guys who've probably gone ahead and been watching my videos lately will have noticed that I have only been really recording, or at least uploading, that's newer, because as I said in the video prior, well, not necessarily prior, but prior in this video, that I went ahead and I finished Death Game, my second playthrough, and my Kimono Girlfriend. So technically Lost Odyssey is the only series that I've been recording this year, because I just felt like recording it. And another thing about Lost Odyssey is that if nobody really wants me to keep going with the video or with the series, I'll just go ahead and finish the entire game and upload the other parts I'll just have them up unlisted, but they'll be in my playlist. So that way, some people who want to go ahead and watch the full playthrough of Lost Odyssey can still go ahead and watch my full playthrough of it. But it's just the videos won't be made public, but you can still watch them from the Lost Odyssey playlist on my channel. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Ember, what's up with that? Why have you been doing Lost Odyssey? Well, recently I got a laptop thanks to Diet Soda Dan, or as I call him, Aspartame Daddy now, because aspartame's like sugar. It's a replacement for sugar, and his name's Diet Soda Dan. You get what I'm saying. You got a brain. I love you. Anyway, so he went ahead and got me a laptop. I genuinely wasn't expecting it, but it was actually a much better laptop than the one I was already looking at. so, so thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. But anyway, it's a really good laptop. It works a lot better than I thought it would. You're like, well, Ember, do you think Dan would just get you a piece of shit? Not necessarily. No, it's actually a lot easier to operate, is what I meant. Even though the fucking thing runs on Windows 11, which is interesting. It's an interesting choice. Um, and I don't really have any problems with it. I just have problems with my internet. That's really it. But anyway, I've been going ahead and editing my videos using Microsoft Clipchamp, and even this video right now that you're watching was edited in Microsoft Clipchamp, and I gotta say, I fucking hate it. It is one of the most dog shit video editors apps of any kind I've ever used. And like, Lumber, just get like fucking DaVinci or whatever the fuck. Dude, no. Okay? It is bullshit that you have to pay for like a fucking shitload of video editing things. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, no, it's just the laptop itself works great. I have no problems with the laptop at all. It's great. I even played some games on it. It's good. But I think I already talked about my fucking capture card, I think. If I haven't, I'm gonna go ahead and basically tell you guys. It's old. I have to probably get a newer one. And sometimes it likes to fuck with me and make my videos a few seconds off. Or it doesn't want to record a few seconds before a video starts. So basically, if I start on like a pause screen or a save screen, it'll cut 2 minutes off because the video is not really moving. So the more movement that I have in the video, the more likely it is to go ahead and sync up with my audio. It's weird. I told you guys, it's fucking weird. And I use my phone to go ahead and record my audio. So anyway, now you guys are like, well, okay, Ember, are you going to be focusing solely on console gameplay? And if you are you going to be going ahead and focusing solely on just playing RPG games, RPGs? No, actually, I'm planning on doing other games. I'll give you an example. Halo Reach. I'm going to be going ahead and finishing that. Um, Probably after Death Game is finished airing, I'll go ahead and probably start working on Halo Reach. And the way I kind of want to go ahead and have my channel set up is if no one likes Lost Odyssey, then I'll just move on to Halo Reach. But I'll still go ahead and work on Lost Odyssey in my downtime. And so what I wrote down here was talk about content. Break of September 2024. Already got that one. And one gag and one console series. You're like, Ember, what the fuck is a gag? Okay, it's GAGG. And that stands for Genius Anime Girlfriend Games. Or game. And the reason why I call it gags is because it's a much shorter way to go ahead and say the whole fucking thing. And they used to be called, or at least subtitled, as anime girlfriend games in their titles. So, like, let's say Death Game used to be called Death Game Anime Girlfriend. It's not called that anymore, but it used to be called that. So, yeah. And as I just read, one console series. So that's how I actually am going to go ahead and do my content moving forward is, let's say I go ahead and replay My Dog Girlfriend, okay? I'd be doing one playthrough of My Dog Girlfriend, and I would be doing, let's say, I'm playing Halo Reach. That's how I would have my content coming out. And these are just examples. These aren't necessarily what I'm going to be doing. I actually give my audience a lot more control over what they actually see on my channel. If you guys aren't part of my Discord server, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'll go ahead and post an invite so you can go ahead and join and actually be part of the poll, on the videos. I'm also planning on doing more polls for YouTube and everything. So there's that. And I actually have a bunch of decent games that are first-person shooters, that are RPGs. You know, I have a bunch of games that I plan on playing. And once my AV to HDMI converter gets here, there's gonna be a lot more games to fucking choose from, like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, stuff like that. Stuff that'll actually probably rein in like a shitload of viewers, but I'm not really sitting here trying to make money off YouTube. And now I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. So you guys are probably curious as to why on my community post that I posted a little while ago, why I don't want to make money off of YouTube. And there's actually a few reasons for that, and I kind of came to that conclusion that I don't want to be making a whole lot of money off of videos if I ever do make any. And so you're like, Ember, what's the reason? Okay, listen up. I'm going to tell you. It's because making money off of YouTube would just be another stress in my life that I don't feel like I need right now. It's not because it's not just because I hate money, in its existence in its entirety. No, it's because I just don't want my content to be censored or basically, I just don't want my content to be censored. So I don't want to have to go ahead and you're like, well, Amber, what level of censorship are you talking about? Or censorship are you talking about? Okay. When like you'll go on TikTok or you'll go on YouTube Shorts and instead of saying he killed himself, they'll go ahead and put he unalived himself. That's stupid shit. That's an example. Um, and anytime there's any nudity in any of the games I play, I'm going to go ahead and be putting an age restriction on those because if I don't, YouTube will. And I already have one strike against my channel, so I don't want to be putting more. You get what I'm saying? So, and if there are any ads on any of my videos, just know that I'm not making any money for them. So that's something to consider as well. Because I know I have some copyrighted content have some ads on them. Like I think I did a Silent Hill 1 live stream a while back. I think that was one of them. But anyway, so moving forward, let's go ahead and get more into it. Um, like I said, it would just be a stress because every time I go on YouTube, or at least when I went on YouTube a lot during 2024, when I took my break from recording, I was going ahead and looking up a bunch of YouTubers that I used to watch a lot, and turns out a lot of them were fucking creeps, and that was very disheartening to find out. Very fucking disappointing, actually, because they actually made some really good fucking content, and they were, turns out, some of them were pedos, and some of them were just really fucked up individuals. So, yeah. Anyway, I just I saw what a lot of YouTubers did when they had a lot of money, and usually they either made really good financial decisions or they made really shitty ones, or they used that money to go ahead and, in a way, I guess they kind of bought and paid for people. That's one way to really put it. And I didn't want to ever have that temptation, I guess, in my life. So that was one of the other reasons why I just didn't want to be making money off of YouTube. And the other thing is that some YouTubers actually live off of YouTube, and I don't ever want to do that. I'd rather go ahead and have my videos be something that I actually enjoy making and something that my livelihood does not depend on. Whether or not I'm able to eat does not depend on my fucking the quality of my videos. Or I don't want to be someone who chases, oh yeah, the new fucking thing for Fortnite came out. I gotta play it. I don't want to be one of those people. And I just don't like YouTubers that do that kind of shit. I don't even like streamers that do that kind of shit. I just never have. I'm not really a huge trend chaser or anything, but I'm just like, it's just not my kind of shit. And it's not really what I want to do on my channel. So I kind of decided that that's not going to be something that I'm going to even bother with. And another thing I'd like to go ahead and say is that my content's mainly going to be focusing on games that came out quite a while ago that maybe not a whole lot of people are even covering these days. So my videos aren't going to be like super popular to begin with. I think probably once I do like more Resident Evil or Silent Hill or something, I'll probably start getting a little bit more views, or I might not be getting any. I don't fucking know. But the only reason I care about getting views at all is because then I have more people to interact with in the Discord server if they decide to join the server and everything. And that's pretty much it's pretty it. It's pretty much it. I just don't want to be making money off of YouTube. Like if I did streaming, I wouldn't really give a fuck too much about making money off that. It's like if you guys have like thousands laying around, yeah, sure, go ahead, throw a couple bucks, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh please guys, I can't afford to feed my cat. I need your guys' money. I don't want to be one of those people. That's another thing that I saw whenever I was on Facebook was that a lot of people are fucking begging for money on Facebook, Twitter, fucking. I just don't want to do that. I just kind of think it's kind of shitty of you to go ahead and be, begging your audience. You know, when you're going out here and you're making subpar fucking content and you expect them to be like, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and support your career, you know, even though they could just easily have a job doing something else. And I'd rather fund my own channel, and because then I'd be able to actually do what I want. And like I said earlier, I just don't like censorship in any form. I don't like censored hentai, nothing. All right. For those of you guys who remember, I remember when I really just was like, yeah, no, fuck censored hentai. I'm still on that fucking boat. That's probably a hill I'm gonna die on. I don't know. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about making money on YouTube is that I just don't want to be one of those fucking money grubbing fucking whores. I just don't. I don't like money. I don't really like making a whole lot of money. I just don't. Never really have. I mean, yeah, if I make money, it's like, oh yeah, fucking cool. But um, after selling stuff on eBay and seeing what people charge for the stuff that I was selling on eBay, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like some of these, with some of the shit I sold, you could buy a fucking house. Not saying that, you know, I had something that you could actually buy a house with, but I'm exaggerating a little bit. They were charging way too fucking much. It's like a month's rent for some of these games, some of these cards, some of these collectibles, some of these figures that I had, you know, shit like that. You get what I'm saying here. They were just charging way too fucking much. And I'm not a fucking scalper. I hate scalpers. I even hate resale YouTubers. I hate them with a fucking passion because they ruined game collecting for all of us. Now you can go ahead and fucking crucify me for that. I don't give a fuck. But my point is I just don't want to be a fucking shill. I hate sponsorships. And if, I would only want to be sponsored by something that I actually would and do use. That is the only case where I'd ever fucking want to have a scholarship. And not a scholarship, a sponsorship. God damn it. You get what I'm saying, though. It's like if I'm actually going to use this gaming site or whatever, or I'm going to go ahead and, you know, let's say a company comes out with some of the best orange candy you've ever fucking had. All right. And if I don't actually like the orange candy myself, I'm not going to go ahead and promote it. You know, if I'm playing a mobile game on my phone and they're like, "Oh, hey, we want to pay you for playing our mobile game," it's like, no, go fuck yourself, because I don't want you guys to be mad at me for being like, yeah, no, this game's kind of shit, and I just play it when I'm taking a shit. You know, you get what I'm saying? You know, I just if I'm not actually going to use it in my day to day life, I don't want to promote it, especially if it's shit. And I watch a lot of fucking YouTubers, or I have seen a lot of YouTubers in the past few years just promote shit that is just absolutely fucking garbage. I just I just don't like that. I just don't. Never have. And whenever I see like someone bring up like a sponsorship or something in their video, I just either skip it or I just stop watching right then and there. I'm one of those kinds of people. Sorry guys, but no. Um, Now that I've talked your guys' ear off about fucking, you know, how I don't really want to make money off YouTube, there are some exceptions to that. Is if I was fucking like if I was homeless again, then yeah, I'd probably be like, yeah, no, guys, please send me some money. I need to go ahead and go to Dollar Tree, you know. But I'm not gonna. Well, if I'm able to take care of myself, I'm not gonna bother asking anybody for fucking money. I don't like doing that. I don't like it because then I feel like I owe them fucking money, you know. And plus, most of my audience is people who are fucking either fucking still teenagers or they're just becoming an adults or they're already in college. You know, and I don't want to be sitting here being like, "Oh, guys, my life is so shit. Please take pity on a poor soul like me." You know, I don't want to do that shit. You know, people got their own fucking troubles. They got their own fucking lives, and I just want to provide, you know, fucking a decent video for them to go ahead and unwind. You know, it's like most of my videos, I record them with the mindset that someone is actually just going to go ahead and use my video as background noise while they're playing a game, like Minecraft or something. That's the mindset that I have because that's how I usually watch YouTube videos or how I watch anime now is because I just put it in the background while I'm playing a game or while I'm watching a movie or something. You guys like, Ember, how are you watching two things at once? I'm a fucking magician. I'm kidding. No, it's just caffeine, just overly stimulated. It's fun. But anyway, I just want to go ahead and bring up that because I don't really think that a whole lot of people actually care about that. And I don't really think a whole lot of people are actually going to even bother with watching my videos. So, but in case I ever do become like popular enough in it or anything, I just want it to be said that yeah, I don't really want to go ahead and make like a shitload of money off of YouTube. Like I would feel bad about even making any money. Like even though YouTube's kind of or Google's a kind of a shit corporation, it's just you know I just want to make videos, and I want it to be a hobby, not something I have to stress about. You know, like there's enough fucking shit to stress over nowadays. I just want to add my channel to it. That's all. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay. But that's about all I really have to say for this video, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Hopefully. And if you guys want to go ahead and share my video, feel free. I'm going to be uploading an unedited version of this, so if you guys want to watch the whole playthrough with all the sound and everything, that's going to be in the description of this video. So, anyway, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Alright? Bye!
Max ammo. Ammunition shared amongst us all.